Hi, I'm Dean. I'm the owner of Argonaut Hostels, and these hostels are established under the name of Argonaut to celebrate the adventurous traveller. Just here we have a logo celebrating part of the story of the Argonaut mythology. And as I said, it's here to celebrate the adventurous traveller, and we have 3 hostels. One hostel we've just opened is in Liepaja. We call it the Traveller's Hostel when the season's not so warm, and the Beach Hostel when the season is warm. Part of the benefit of the Liepaja Hostel is that it gives genuine travellers, genuine backpackers, a door, a little oasis in this town of Liepaja, so you can experience more of what Latvia has to offer. Right now, we're going to have a quick interview with Karl, that is a cyclist that stayed at Liepaja Hostel and then took the long road around from Liepaja to Riga. The direct route's 200 kilometres, but Karl will tell you how far and where he went to get here into Riga to stay at our hostel here in the old town of Riga. Karl, come in. Hi Karl, can you tell us where you're from?
From Germany, from Cologne.
Cologne, yeah. And how did you get to Latvia?
Cycling.
Cycling? Cycling? But where did you come in from? Did you come in like fly into Latvia, or did you cycle through Lithuania?
No, I flew into Vilnius and then I cycled all the way to the west, to the coast, to Klaipeda, and then all the way up to where we met.
Right. So you cycled from Vilnius on the highway?
Partly, yeah. In fact, I did, and some small roads as well. So sometimes it's kind of unavoidable, especially when you get out of big towns, that you use the highway as well. Pretty big highways, but still okay.
Yeah, so the cars, how were the people on the road, the traffic? Were they friendly or were they sort of a bit rude?
Let's put it this way, I think they're not used to cyclists on the road. So some of them are passing like really close by, so which is kind of scary. Yeah. But it's normally quite okay. And depends on the area we are in, and sometimes there's no traffic whatsoever. Like on the coast, like in Kolka, there was no traffic whatsoever.
Right. Now in Lithuania, as we know, there's about 200 kilometres of cycle tracks. When did you find out about those cycle tracks?
Basically, I haven't found out at all. Basically, I just look on the map where I want to go to, and then I give it a shot.
Okay. When you got to Klaipeda, did you find out about the cycle tracks in Klaipeda?
Yeah, I saw the signs on the map, so and on the road as well, so that wasn't too difficult.
Yeah. So and you used them, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how were the cycle tracks in comparison to the road?
Much quieter, of course, and the tracks are pretty much okay, pretty good maintenance, and that's good fun to cycle on.
Right. And on the cycle tracks, did you meet many other cyclists?
Yes and no. There are some cyclists, of course, but not like travelers. So basically, just some people cycling around town or just practicing, but not on a long term, whatever.
Right. Okay. So when you got from Lithuania to the Latvian border, was the cycle tracks from the Latvian border?
No, it stops just before the border.
Right.
And then you have to stick to the roads.
Yeah. So. And what's the roads like there in comparison to Lithuania?
Hard to say. I would say a little bit more busy. Yeah. Not that much, but a little bit. But yeah, still okay.
Right. And tell the people watching this who are interested to cycle or follow maybe the same path, or simply at least cycle this part of the Baltics. Tell us about your bike. What sort of bike did you ride, and did you have to take spare parts?
Yeah, I took all the spare parts I need. Took some spokes, a new chain, basically everything you need, whatever can happen. So far, I haven't used anything. I just had one flat tire, which was on a highway, of course. Where else? Yeah. But that's about it. And but I still think it's a good idea to take whatever you need. Like if you're on a countryside, I haven't seen any like sophisticated shops where you can buy some gear whatsoever. So it takes a. Yeah. You just take everything you need, and then you shouldn't have any problems.
How much water did you carry on the bike?
Depends on where you are. Like when I went up to the Cape, 6-7 liters, something like that. Because there's absolutely nothing up there. There are some shops once in a while, but I didn't know and I didn't want to give it a try. But otherwise, there are plenty of shops around.
Right. How much water would you drink a day?
When I cycled out of Vilnius, it was like really hot and a lot of strong wind. So something between 5 and 6 liters a day. And otherwise, a liter or 2. Depends on the climate.
Okay. Did you always stay in accommodation that was a dwelling of some sort, or did you sometimes camp outside?
Normally I camp outside. There's plenty of space around, so the area is not really densely populated.
So you're saying you can virtually choose your own location and camp just about anywhere?
Yeah, definitely. And it's the best fun. And especially in the morning when you're opening the tent and you have the whole beach just for yourself. And long beaches with nice sand and you see the sun and blue sky. It's fantastic. It can't be better than that.
And when you did camp outside and the local people may have come across you, how were they towards you? They were friendly, indifferent?
Like when I was camping? Yeah. Most people are ignoring you. Like they recognize that you're there, but they don't really bother. Yeah. So they're just passing by. Yeah.
So it's okay to camp outside, and so the local people also don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Once I camped in a forest and accidentally close to a village, which I didn't know when I pitched my tent, right? Yeah. And I was curious why so many people are passing my tent. Until the next morning, then I found out, and they were all just greeting. And I asked them if it's okay to sleep over there, and I said, no worries, no problem at all. So had a good night.
So this sounds like, in comparison to maybe a bit more of the more established Europe, where they've got established camping sites, this bit of a nice thing to be able to camp anywhere you want.
Definitely. I mean, there are a lot of campsites all over the place as well, so it's basically your choice if you want to go on a kind of proper camping site or if you just pitch your tent somewhere. And most of the time it makes no difference anyway, because a lot of campsites do not have their own shower, for instance. So you just have a place where you can pitch your tent, and so at the end of the day it makes not that much difference.
How much do they charge at the campsites, roughly?
Depends. It's between one lati for a person and for a tent, so it would be 2.
Wow, that's very good. Yeah.
That's where it starts. It goes up to 4 or 5, something like that.
Right. Now, we have a hostel in Liepaja. How did you hear about the hostel in Liepaja?
To be honest, tourist information.
Yeah, fair enough. In Liepaja.
In Liepaja, yeah. Because I didn't see it on the internet or on Lonely Planet, for instance. So it was just by pure luck.
Okay, so if you've been camping outside and you can pick any place to stay you want, why did you choose to stay at a hostel in Liepaja?
Honest answer?
Yeah.
Because I was desperate for a shower. Yeah. Because be lucky that you that you can't
smell it.
Yeah. I mean now it's okay, I hope. But back then, I was desperate for a shower. Yeah. So once in a while I go to a hostel or to a proper camping site, because I normally just jump into a river or into the sea, and that helps. But not quite the same. Yeah,
no, well, that's fair enough. Like I do say, it's a bit of an oasis. Yeah. How was the showers at Liepaja, the hostel?
It's a really nice hostel. It's completely new, and.
There you go. Here's my wallet. There you go.
Thanks a lot. This is a proof. Yeah, right.
Good
No, don't take it back now. No, it's completely new and was one of the nicest one I've stayed in so far. And it's completely different than the one in Riga, for instance, which over there it's completely new, so it makes a lot of difference. And it's really nicely done, and you saw that you put a lot of effort into it, and that you were traveling quite a bit as well, I assume, because there are some like those small details which makes a difference, like, I don't know, for instance, to recharge your camera or whatever, and that you can lock your stuff away, and the small tiny things which you always miss in other hostels, and it was simply there.
Yeah. I suppose it was a chance for you to speak again after travelling by yourself. You get to interact with other travellers there at the barbecue.